Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing quite well. The stock market was totally crazy during the past week. Absolute roller coaster, going up and down like crazy. You see the stocks today as of Friday. Big sell-off. Tech was totally crazy. Microsoft, you saw NVIDIA. Some of the stocks were overvalued. Some of the stocks are still on a channel that is basically downwards. The next couple of weeks is going to be very interesting for the traders. For long-term investors, there's still no specific sign for you to sell off. Without wasting time, let's get down to business. The first news is that Wall Street's Q1 earnings season is expected to be the next major test for the stock market, amid growing doubts over the Federal Reserve rate cuts. As you know, the CPI came a little bit too hot last week, and therefore the chances that the Federal Reserve is going to cut the interest rates is pretty low. You will see probably a couple of more sell-offs from now until the end of, I would say, August, September. That's when the stocks are going to build up for their next rally. The analysts expect annual profit growth of 3.2% and an increase of 3.5% in the revenue growth. That's very interesting. Let's see what the earnings are going to show within the next couple of weeks. And the Wall Street's first quarter earnings season has officially kicked off this morning as notable banks like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and BlackRock reported a mixed bag of results. It was unbelievable, guys. The banks did not cash in on the high interest rates, so that means you got to be a little bit worried on what the next quarter is basically carrying for the stocks. According to FactSet estimates, earnings per share for the S&P 500 are expected to grow 3.2% in the first quarter when compared to the same period last year. This is lower than the 5.7% annual earnings growth for the quarter forecast on January 1. All right, let's take a look at the chart analysis and the Dow Jones, guys. Well, you see, basically, we tried to hit the third pivotal point right there. It was too strong. It was the investors, the volume was way too low, and then we had to go for a pivot, turn back. Dow Jones basically is right now on a downward channel. Dow Jones hit the second resistance level basically on the 40,300, more or less 60. Could not hold it, could not go through it. Therefore, we're now on the downturn channel right here. We are basically right now testing this first, let's say second support line right there at 37,963. We are on a downward trend, guys. As you can see, the MACD clearly is signaling a sell-off, and obviously the stochastics also on the way down to, I would say, another 250 points. We will see how the earnings will continue, but Dow Jones right now is on a downward trend. I do not recommend anybody shorting Dow Jones at this point in time. It would be way too risky. If you already have shorts, you should hold on to your shorts and definitely not go long in this market. Next, let's take a look at U.S. tech, the NASDAQ 100. Now, those NASDAQ owners, it's more or less the same thing. The only difference is NASDAQ already tested the 18,690 to 700. Was too strong. Total pushback. What happened in the last week is very interesting. I'm talking about right here. As you can see, it's the exact same place where the NASDAQ actually tested, and it was rejected. Therefore, I expect NASDAQ to go down as low as 18,000 on the first stop, and then second stop, we're going to be testing 17,760, which I think within the next couple of weeks, we're going to basically hit that. So right now, if you're short on NASDAQ, I think you should keep your shorts, and it's not time for you to get rid of them. The next and the most interesting index that we're going to talk about, guys, is S&P 500. Again, as you can see, these indices are pretty much copying each other. 5,334 was basically the testing line, could not be kept. And we had a big sell-off. 5,150 for this week seems to be a very strong support line. And I think potentially we will be testing the 5,119 level. I do not see a big upside trend for S&P 500 in the next 2 months, but the earnings definitely will make a big difference. So having said that, we're going to be analyzing a couple of stocks and stock suggestions, which you're going to see it in the next video. If you have any questions, please definitely write it down in the comment section. And within the next video, I'm going to address your questions and talk about them. All right, bye for now.